What's up, everybody? We've got an interesting video for you here today. I'm Foster Huggins, and if you think back to the tournament video, our mailman pulled up and said he wanted to put us on his podcast. That day has came. We're here with him here today. Let it go.
All right. Hi there, Brian Kress, the awesome voice. I am here with Foster Huggins. He is the CEO of the Raintree Wiffleball League.
Yes.
And so how I started watching you was before the two houses next to you got built. You guys would play right there.
Yeah, we missed that field. That was our favorite field, but they built houses on it. Of course, they had to do that, but
Right.
it's the way the world works.
Exactly.
That's what the lots were for.
Exactly. So, tell us a little bit about this Raintree Wiffleball League.
Well, I was 15 years old. I was in 8th grade, and I was on YouTube, and I saw a video of a wiffle ball league. I was like, this is awesome. So I hit up some of my friends, and we got together, went to the field you were talking about, and we started. We had like 9 players, 3 teams of 3. It was like not a lot of players. But as you see here in this video, it has grown up to literally, there were 70 people on opening day. There were 70 people at the field. It has just built up over the years. 2015 is when it started. 2016 got a little bigger. 2017 got a little bigger. And really, it just continued to grow, and now it's huge. It's
Now,
awesome.
how many teams did you have this past year?
We have still had 3 teams. Because here's the problem. We have a ton of players. It's just a lot of them have, it's hard to schedule games because they'll have, I have a doctor's appointment. I have baseball that day. So
In other words, life happens.
Literally, yeah. We have like 10 players a team, and people are like, other leagues, there's a million wiffle ball leagues out there. There's a lot of them. And people are like, why? We have one of the biggest leagues around. And people are like, why do you have such huge teams? You can make multiple teams. It works out that way.
Well, and I feel that if you have a lot of players, and then you have doctor's appointments, and you have life happens, they can go and you can still field those teams. But if you have more teams that have fewer players, then it's harder to.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the COVID of the NFL. If you get a team that is got the COVID,
you're gonna end up like Denver with the wide receiver at quarterback.
There you go.
But then you have days like opening day when it's like, every single player from every team can show up. Then you just have a huge crowd of people at the games, and those are my favorite days. Obviously, love to have a ton of people there. But when it hits like week 4, stuff happens.
Right. Absolutely.
People have stuff.
So speaking of that, with the COVID happening in 2020, how did it change, or did it affect your season in comparison of the previous seasons?
Well, honestly, it didn't affect too much. One thing it affected was we were going to play our spring training at Ray-Pac High School's football stadium. It was going to be a big thing. It was going to be so cool. But they locked it down. They're like, no one could come in. And that was going to happen in March. So we were like, crap, what are we going to do about spring training? We pushed it off until literally a week before opening day. And it led for some rough starts with the season, because on this day that is on the TV, on opening day, there was a lot of rusty players, including myself. It was just, spring training had to be pushed back so far. But other than that, I mean, it was fine. There was no COVID. No one got COVID. No problem. We just went on like normal. But towards the end of the year, I started getting scared because people were starting to talk like it's getting to be a really bigger deal. Right. And I was like, all right, let's hurry up and finish the season so we don't have to worry about it. And it worked out perfectly.
COVID is a serious thing. I'm not going to downplay it at all. But if you're smart about it, and that is the one thing I noticed about your guys' teams, you guys were pretty smart kids. You running this organization. I mean, it is so cool watching it, because when I was a kid, I used to play baseball with my friends, and out at John Anderson Park in Grandview, we would play baseball, and we played tennis ball. We didn't play wiffle ball, but we played tennis ball. We did it in the tennis court. We did it outside the tennis court, and as you said, I was delivering your mail, but I could sit there and watch you guys, and it was just it brought back memories of how I played, and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was, and I never got the chance to watch you guys enough because, you know,
You had a job.
I had a job. I had a job to do,
Yeah.
and then I had stuff up afterwards. But oh my gosh, you know, I could have just sat there and watched you guys all day. And the fact that you guys, you know, would wave hi, hey, how you doing? You know, because to be honest, in most cases, kids are not going to wave hi to a older person, whether he's a mailman or not.
Yeah.
You know, because kids are, you know, they're more recommended around their age. They're not, you know, it's like, oh, some old geezer or whatever, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, it was just really so cool. And I want to make sure that I make it to your either opening day or before then. And I want to bring some of my friends out because
yeah, we're gonna have a tournament. We're gonna have you came on our tournament day. It was just the end of the summer. We were like, might as well have a tournament. Why not? We're gonna have probably we wanted to have 3 tournaments last summer. COVID, I forgot to mention that. COVID messed up 2 of those tournaments. That was annoying. But we got one in at the end of the year. It was fun. You came to that. Definitely. If we have another one, I'll let you know. It'll be
absolutely. We'll try to get into that one. So
yeah, it's a good time, and the tournaments really aren't competitive until about you came at like championship. It was getting kind of competitive. But at first, I mean, my team was me, one of my friends that like never has played, and then a girl from the neighborhood, and then my friend's team was my girlfriend and her friend. Like it was for fun. That's all it was about.
And that's how it is, because the kids today, I mean, I have 7 grandkids. My son's kids, they have their noses such in tablets so hard that they don't even focus on doing anything else. And yet you guys are out, you know, as you see this, you guys are out playing, you're having fun, you're exercising. I mean, it's just, and
there's so much more to, like, when I tell my friends about the league, they're like, oh, wiffleball. But I'm like, there's so much more to it than just going out and playing wiffleball. There's people there that come to the games knowing there's 0 chance I'm going to play, but they still come because they want to be there. It's just, it's a good social environment.
Absolutely.
People getting workouts, people having fun, and just not just doing something with their lives. That's what I would say. You could live your life and just get through the day, or you could live your life and make something of it.
Well, and how I always look at it, you know, as I'm getting older, some of my friends are passing away, and it's too young because I'll be 55 next month. And you know, I don't, and I know sometimes people go, oh, you got to be careful, you got to do this. No, you know, I'm not going to run to the top of a mountain and then try to jump off it or something like that. But at the same time, I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy life. And you know, you guys are going up, whereas to a point, you know, my activity is going down a little bit. You know, I can't run as fast as you guys can, you know, even though my mind still thinks I can do it.
Think about it. You know what? So, like, you have a job as a mailman.
Right.
That's a job. Someone has to do it. But you're like, what you really want to do is what you're doing, the awesome podcast. So it's like you're still going out and doing what you're making something of what you got, and that's great.
Right, and I'm living life, and if I can show my kids and my grandkids that you can still be active, you can still enjoy life, and not be so, you know. And I know the phones, even for adults. I watch adults my age, and they're into their phones too, just like kids. But you know, there's so much to do, and I watch you guys, and it's just so amazing, and just, you know, you guys are just having a great time. The camaraderie. There's no fighting. I mean, yeah, you're wanting to win, and you know, you have a little bit of animosity there, but that's because you guys are having a good time, but yet you want to win. I mean, I played with my best friends and stuff like that, and we all, you know, we had a blast, but we wanted to win.
I mean, yeah, it's like in our World Series, there's this kid named Brady. Me and him every year always have beef in the World Series, but it's like this is fun. It's more fun with a little bit of competitiveness and rivalry. Like, he was talking crap to me because he struck me out. Next at bat, I hit a grand slam. I'm running around the bases talking crap to him. It's not deep though. It's just like,
no,
that's what's fun about it. And there's one video. I told my friend, I said, if you hit me, I'm charging the mound. I'm swinging. And he didn't hit me, but he walked me. I said, screw it. Threw the bat, charged the mound. I mean, it was funny. And that actually went viral a little bit in the Wiffleball community, because on Instagram, you know what that is? There's a ton of Wiffleball leagues. And I posted that video, and man, it went, they loved it. They loved it. It got posted on other accounts and stuff.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Well,
it was hilarious.
And
people thought it was for real. People thought I was mad because in the video you didn't hear the fact that I'm charging you. It was gonna be funny. It looked like this dude's mad. It was hilarious though.
Well, that's awesome. And my friend who I do my sports show with, the Sports Buddies, his name is Darwin Penny. I call him Coach 24. He is the executive director of the Urban Youth Academy, and they have wiffleball leagues down there too, you know. Really, so he was talking about that.
Yeah, and they were going to run a tournament we were going to be in, and then it got canceled the past 2 years. One for snow, and then actually, so it got canceled 1 year for snow, and they didn't reschedule. It got canceled last year for snow. They did reschedule to March, and COVID. So another COVID thing.
Right.
I forget about some stuff. But.
Yeah. So hopefully, once things, the world gets back to a little bit of normalcy, especially after yesterday, and we won't get into that. And I'm not bringing it up, but it's a sad thing. But once we can get back to some type of normalcy, you know, maybe you can get into those tournaments, and I definitely find out, let you know about this so you guys can check it out. You know, it's just, and this is why we're here, because you do something that you enjoy. You're the CEO of this. I do my podcast and stuff because I enjoy it. You know, it was something I did when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, the only way you would have been able to do it was with an actual film projector thing, which would have been a real big thing. But at the time, you know, you didn't have phones. And I remember meeting Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he worked for the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
And so I was in journalism class in high school, and so he came in and talked to us and everything else. Well, I never got a picture with him or nothing like that, but today you have your phones, you could take a picture, you know, you can get a picture taken with them.
It's a whole new world.
It is a whole new world. So, you know, it's
like
just...
this right here, it's like this one, if this was 30 years ago, there would be no YouTube video. We wouldn't even be doing this right.
You would see it, I don't know, it may not even have been in color. It may have all been black and white.
Well, we started YouTube. Our first season in 2015, we didn't have a YouTube because I was like, I don't know how to do any of that. And then 2016, we started the YouTube, and our videos were trash. Like, they were horrible. But that's also been growing. This video, right? Like this season's videos, I edit all the videos, and I'm saying I've gotten a lot better at it. If you go back in 2016, you'll be like, what even is this? What even is this video?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I am upset. I don't see my mail truck anywhere.
I'm sure
my mail truck should be driving by any time.
Drive by for sure. I guarantee it's in them. I think it's great. It's probably in videos in 2016. Just probably way long ago.
Well,
have you noticed, like when you drove by us back then, have you noticed a significant change? Like, does it look like it's bigger and more professional, or does it always just kind of look like?
No, it looks like. It looks organized, but it just looks like it's just a bunch of friends getting out and playing.
Yeah, because you see cars driving by. I always think, what are they thinking right now? Like, they're what are they? Because it's once a week. It's every Wednesday. Right. Out there. Like, are they like? What could they be thinking? They're like, oh, okay, it's Wednesday. The kids are out playing wiffleball. How's this organized? How's this happen?
Well, and see, sometimes as an adult, some people just don't focus on it. They kind of see it like, oh, they're probably.
Oh yeah, we've had plenty of.
But with people. When I watched you guys, I could see it only because I did it when I was a kid, and I still have that kid mentality and stuff like that, and it never left. I mean, sometimes it gets put aside and it gets stick back because of, as we put it, life happens. But, you know, I was watching you guys, and I would try to watch as much as I could, but I didn't want to. But at the same time, if I'm sitting there watching, all of a sudden they're going, that guy's a stalker. He's an old guy, you know. Oh, he's a predator, you know. So you have to, you know, be easy because today's things. But you know, I just enjoyed watching you guys, and it was just so much fun. And like I said, you know, I talked to my friends and said, man, these guys are just having a blast and everything else. And I was just like, wow, you know, this is so cool. And for us to even discuss this, I think it's a blast. And now, saying this, what is your tentative starts on starting this season?
Like, when's stuff going to start happening? We literally just had the draft in this basement 2 weeks ago. Like,
right.
So that already happened. We had 48 players in the draft.
Right.
I think like 36 of them got picked, that's a lot of people.
Right.
That's a lot of people.
So
we got 4 teams this year.
Oh, okay. It is 4 teams.
This is the first year I was like, I felt comfortable enough after seeing how many people would come to last season. I'm like, I feel comfortable. We'll add another team. So now I have a team. I haven't had a team since 2017. I now have a team again. Conlon Downey has a team. He's a guy in our league. My brother and my friend Jack Fields, they've had teams. They're keeping theirs.
Cool.
So we dropped the manager and added 2. And
there you go.
It's going to be nice. And then spring training, I really don't know how that's going to look, but we'll figure it out. It'll figure out as it gets closer. And then opening day, I just got to see when everyone gets out of school, really. I like to try to start it in the May 20s. That's when I'd like to have it. But
what now
we'll see
for you go to Northwest Missouri State.
Yes.
What is your degree?
Physical education. I'm gonna be a PE teacher.
That's okay.
And
hey.
it works out. Like literally, after doing this, I'm like, there's nothing else I'd rather do.
There you go, and that's great. You know, it's a good career and everything. But when do you get out of school?
Like May 7th.
May 7th. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be personally, I'll be good to go May 8th. But I know that
right. But there's guys, other schools.
We have kids in high school still.
Right.
We have kids that have full-time jobs because they're out of high school and don't go to college. I mean, it's just
now,
you just gotta look at scheduling.
Now, do you have a brother or sister that is a brother? Is he in high school?
He's a senior.
Okay, how is school going? Because I know that you do viral. You can attend school.
Yeah.
What is?
Well, before I answer that, what time are we at?
17:45.
All right, I'm just gonna. Everyone watching on YouTube, go check out his Facebook. Shout out your Facebook.
Brian Lee Crest Sr. If you get that, you see my nickname. This is the Awesome Voice. Get on there, add me as a friend, and if you're watching the video, share it. And more people can watch this, the better. So definitely do that. We got it on two now. We got it on YouTube and we got it on Facebook. So
make sure to like and subscribe. Love all y'all. Go check out his Facebook page for the rest of this interview. I'll catch you. See you.